Hello, Namaste. The United Nations recently celebrated 75 years of its existence. Formed in 1945 with 51 member countries, the organization has been instrumental in maintaining international peace and security. And today, it includes 193 members and its scope goes beyond the original definition. Welcome to the 12th episode of Logistically Speaking. In this episode, we will take a look at the UN's role in Maritime segment with UNCLOS. The earliest, best-known maritime law in history is the Rules of Aldron, written in 1160 AD to regulate shipping in northwestern Europe. After the formation of the UN, the first maritime law to be established was a Code Treaty in the year 1958, covering 4 basic areas. The period which followed saw massive technological advancement in the world, which resulted in nations coming up with innovations to extract oil and other minerals from the sea. Now, this led to the need for a comprehensive law that gave clarity on territory and on ownership of resources to avoid conflict among nations. This led to the discussions and negotiation of new maritime law in the year. It started in 1973 and resulting in the Law of the Sea established in 1982 by the United Nations under the framework of the United Nations Convention for Law of the Sea, which is also known as UNCLOS. This law helped to define coastal and maritime boundaries, territorial seas and innocent passage of ships, environmental control, marine scientific research, economic and commercial activities, foreign commercial shipping, continental shelf, settlement of dispute relating to ocean matters, rights of access to the sea for landlocked countries, and of course the guarantee of navigation through international straits. While each of these laws can be evaluated in depth, let's look at one particular relating to the authority of a nation over the sea. The level of authority for a nation over the sea can be divided into 6 levels of control. And number 1, baseline. The coast will have a baseline running throughout the coast which has a baseline below water. The water behind the baseline is exclusively under the state and no foreign vessels is allowed to pass through this area. Number 2, territorial sea, which is from 0 to 12 nautical miles. This is a region where the country has absolute authority for resource exploitation like fishing, mineral exploitation, and no foreign vessels is allowed in this area unless it is under the right to innocent passage. And number 3, contiguous zone, which is from 12 to 24 nautical miles. A country can use its customs and immigration law to enforce regulations in this zone. The state can even detain a foreign ship in the event of an infringement of this law in this particular area. Number 4, exclusive economic zone, which is also known as EEZ, and this is from 0 to 200 nautical miles. The coastal state has the right to exploring, exploiting, conserving and managing natural resources which is living or non-living in this area, and they can also produce energy from the water. Foreign ships are allowed to sail in this area and conduct peaceful activities like laying pipes or cables. And number 5, continental shelf. This is from 200 to 350 nautical miles. This law of the sea states that any resources relating to the seabed can be utilized by the coastal country, and resources which are not related to seabed comes under the purview of international waters. And lastly, the high seas, which is the area which does not fall under any of this classification, which is also known as international waters. All in all, this law helped to regulate the resources of the sea to prevent overexploitation. Also, by offering clarity of ownership, it protects states from potential interference to ensure smooth trade and other economic activities. Hope this video could give you some insight into the role of United Nations in maritime. And thank you for watching this video, and look forward for your comments and views on this topic in the comment section or on some direct messages. Thank you very much and see you next week.